C's, those are from C, TT, and the T's, and the single T. Those are lighting beans. Yeah. Then?
Yes, I want you to tell the DP.
Yes.
Your factory, your cooperative sold through the Koreans.
Yes.
And you sold at 300 per kilo.
Per kilogram. Yes, the one is not even A or B.
Actually, we're talking about the lower grades went to 350 in Korea.
It's possible because
You,
those
okay.
Koreans, Lithuania now, we were introduced to them through the
They came to the county.
They came to the country, and why can't we?
They actually
Yes.
Upon grading,
Yes.
if it is MB
Yeah.
on double A, in this case, this is MB.
Yeah.
We extract TT. TT is a lighter bean of any grain among the 7 extracted via this pneumatic gravity separator. Now, in this case, this is now the MB. And unfortunately, we have taken all the coffee to the market. This is the remaining that and remained. Now, I think we shall demonstrate a bit.
Okay.
Okay, now. This is now T of this ingredient. TT.
Yeah, but
A light. This is a lighter. Good. This is a lighter.
what came out.
how did
The
they?
lighter one is what came out.
Is what that gravitatically
The one that came down was
Yeah.
the lighter one.
was the lighter part.
The
The lighter one.
Kabaki
No, the heavier one is here.
is here.
Is here.
Uh-huh.
The lighter one is here.
Oh, this side.
Remember, certainly, remember, it is removed. It is pneumatically. There's a very strong fan here. Pneumatic air. Air. P
Did you know that?
No,
N
I don't know
P N U. Sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
Please proceed.
Okay. His Excellency, the Deputy President, Her Excellency, the Governor, and the distinguished guests, welcome to the Embu Coffee Mill Laboratory. My name is Alice Mudhoni Joe, and I'm the Rikara of this lab. First, I'm going to take you, yes, I'm a Rikara, or we say the Kappas. Yeah, and also I am a Q grader, certified by Coffee Quality Institute, that is in Geneva. So first I'm going to take you through the process. When the coffee comes to the lab, it comes in form of a parchment, and this parchment, I get it from the warehouse. I believe you from the warehouse. So it comes in a bag, for example, like this one. If you look at this bag, you see it has a name, that is Moroe Kavoteri, and also it has a number. We call it the outturn number, showing the week the coffee was brought. EC is for Embu County, and then the number, and also which parchment, it was parchment 2, and how many bags were delivered. This helps us to make sure that there is a traceability of the farmer's coffee. There is no way we are going to lose the farmer's coffee. From then, I come here to my sample hala. Since we have a huge hala on that side, here I use a sample hala. This sample hala helps me to remove the parchment which I have here. When coffee comes in form of parchment, I have to hull it. I normally hull 300 grams of the parchment here. So what I do, I make sure my machine is on so that I won't be confused. So I put my parchment. After that, I have to make sure that the machine is tight, so it was already locked. From then, I use this. It helps me to press the hala so that it can be able to remove the parchment. And also you make sure the machine is well set. Since I'm dealing with parchment 1, I have to make sure that I hull that coffee within a minute. So after a minute, my coffee will be already hulled. In case of time, I'll put it off. And then what I have after hulling, it's this green coffee. So this is a sample, for example. Yeah, it turns to green. Yeah, I've already removed the parchment. So this, we call it the husk. This is the coffee husk. And we normally don't throw it away. We use it for value addition, whereby farmers buy it or other people buy it to make charcoal and also as form of fertilizer.
Fertilizer and charcoal.
Yes. So I get this sample. So to the next stage, I have to make sure that this sample is ready for roasting. So I have to measure this sample so that I can be able to identify the milling loss of the farmer's coffee. Because the farmer has brought 500 grams of coffee, it doesn't mean after hulling milling process, he will get the 500 grams of coffee. There will be that grams. After removing the parchment, it will be lighter. So I have to make sure I have to weigh it again to get the milling loss. Then after getting the milling loss, I have to come to my moisture meter. What is the purpose of this moisture meter? It helps me to identify whether the coffee that has been brought to me is well dried. Because if it is not well dried, that coffee will be spoiled as it is on transit. Even if it gets to the marketer, the coffee will already be spoiled. So I have to make sure the coffee is 10 to 12 degrees. And if it is more than that, then the moisture content is high, 10 to 11 to 12%. So if it is more than 12%, the coffee is wet. And if it is less than 10%, the coffee is over-dried. After that, I have to produce a milling card. A milling card helps the production manager to be able to mill the farmer's coffee. So what are the details that are in this milling card? They are the farmer's details, and also I give instructions according to the parchment that I've seen. When I look at this parchment, is it possible to produce all grades, or should I remove the ungraded grades, or what other grades I'm supposed to produce? So I give instructions to the production manager so that he can be able to understand what grades he's supposed to produce. Then after that, I will use the same sample that I will weigh 100 grams of it so that I will be able to use it for roasting. So this is our sample roaster. It only roasts 100 grams of sample. So most of the times, this is a spoon. We call it the conveyor spoon. And this is the drum, whereby it helps me roast there. We put it on. That is the airflow. It helps me to make sure that the gases that are produced in this coffee, they are released to the atmosphere. And most of the times, because we are roasting coffee, the smoke that comes from that coffee is absorbed by the airflow, and then I get clean air. And also it helps to cool the drum, because most of the times you find that the drum is too hot. Hence, since you don't want to over roast your coffee, you have to make sure that you use the airflow. So the drum moves as a result of the electricity, but when it comes to fuel, I use the gas. So I have to keep on the gas, and then I turn it on, and then the drum is heating. So I have to wait until the temperatures are 80 to 90. That's when I'm ready to put my coffee sample. Yeah, so that I can be able to make sure that I have a standard roast, whereby I don't over roast or I don't under roast. I roast most probably for 7 minutes. Yes.
Is it after roasting then you start to determine the quality?
Yeah. That we are coming here now. Thank you so much, Excellency. Now, the grades that he has spoken about, yes. So AA is the largest and AB is the second largest. Yeah, so what next is done? I have to make sure I weigh the coffee grams according to the size of the cup. Since most of the times we find that our cups are not the same, we have a formula that we use to make sure that how many grams of coffee you are going to use on those cups. So for me at the moment, I'm using 10 grams because I use the formula that I'm supposed to use. So this coffee is already weighed 10 grams. I'm using a 5-cup sample, which is the standard, whereby according to certified coffee, when you're dealing with cupping protocols, you're supposed to do 5-cup sample. And why am I doing 5-cup sample? This is to ensure that you get every details or quality of that farmer's coffee. Because if I would plan to do a 1-cup sample, and maybe there is a coffee bean that is defective, that bean will be in another cup. It will be left in the tray. So I want to be able to give the correct analysis of the farmer's coffee. Hence, I have to make a 5-sample coffee, knowing that at least I won't miss the defect on that coffee sample. That's why I'm doing a 5-cup sample. This was just to show you that the roasted coffee, how it is placed on the table. Now, I already have ground coffee. This is an AA. Now, we are coming now to the cupping protocols, or we say the quality process. And we begin by grinding our coffee. You see it is beans. And we have beans. These are not edible yet. So we have to grind it. And I use a grinder, which is at the back. This is our manual grinder. So we use a sample. And then you grind. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, then we have our coffee. Yeah, it becomes this ground. The ground should be rock salt. It should be salt. The granules should be like salt. Yeah, they shouldn't be fine. They should be medium. Yes. So we don't have to do anything.
Where is the one I saw people testing?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
To do, but she's been funny.
Asante sana. Sawa, asante. Sawa, asante. Asante. Okay. This is already ground samples. They are 10 grams. I had to keep them on a sealed container to make sure I don't lose the fragrance of this coffee. Because the dry fragrance is a part and parcel of quality analysis. You have to ensure that you know the, yeah. Yes, so you can smell the coffee.
There's a English saying about smelling the coffee.
Smell the coffee.
Yes, smell the coffee.
Smell the coffee.
So you have to make sure that your nose is very sharp, and that's why you find that in a lab, a person who is supposed to be in the lab, you're not supposed to use strong perfumes or strong soaps. So you're supposed to make sure that you don't use strong perfumes so that you don't affect. Yeah. You may say that the coffee is smelling jasmine flowers, and yet it is your spray in your body.
Oh, okay. Now let's lick.
Yeah. So this is my boiled water. So after you smell the coffee, you have to write what you felt in that coffee. In our Embu coffee, most of our times the coffee is caramel and chocolate, and you find that the essence of a few that have flowery. We say that they are flowery and they are fruity flavor. You smell the fruity flavor. Why do we get those? Caramel. The caramel, yeah, you smell it. And where do we get it from? We get it from the roaster. When the sugars are breaking down, when you are roasting the coffee, those sugars, they form the caramel and the chocolate notes. So when you're brewing, you're supposed to make sure that you have a timer, because you're supposed to brew for 4 minutes. But because of time, Yeah. So this is my water that has been boiled, and it should be at least 90 degrees. Make sure you don't make a mess. I'm making a mess because I have my wakubwa here, so that's why.
We have invaded your space.
You have not invaded my. It's my first time to meet you both, and it will be my pleasure if I will be able to meet you once more, and many other times. Yes. Yeah. So this coffee has to be brewed for 4 minutes, and you don't have to interfere with it. You have to leave it to brew for 4 minutes.
By itself.
Yeah, by itself. Yeah, because you are letting the coffee granules to dissolve. You are putting water, so you are letting it to dissolve. From then you'll be able to identify how that cup is. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Alice Modoni. Yes, and I want to see you, Madam Governor. I have something for you. Okay. Yeah, atujamaliza. This was just sijaonyesha venye cupping. I was told that you love cupping. So next time please come and we do the cupping. Here there was a sample of the coffee that has been brewed. So it will be my pleasure if you'll be able to taste that coffee. Yeah. You know, Embu coffee is the best coffee. Actually, it is mostly used for blend. Yeah, it's used for blend. Yeah. Yes.
Certified liquor.
Yeah. It's present the gifts that I had made for you. I made sure that I gave you the best coffee of Embu County. Even the smell can itself can tell you that the coffee is good.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Na hii ya governor pia.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Mwenye mji.
Please make an effort that I see you. I am a very important.